Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Cropper here. This is a light-hearted, um, silly video, not anything too serious going on. So let's start off with this guy, Charlie Kirk. Look, it's not a big deal, but I just think he's got makeup on. I think he's got too much makeup on. Alright? Look, Dave Rubin doesn't look like that. What has he got? Now, I time-stamped it here. So look at this. Come on, is he wearing lipstick or what? Look at this smooth. Is he just that pretty? Is he just really pretty? Look at his lips, very, very pretty. He's got like lip gloss and foundation. Okay, I'm over it. I'm over it. I made a comment and somebody cannot see what I'm talking about, so I just want verification of my viewpoint. Okay. Now, this is not a very serious video. This is just fun. If you've tuned in for philosophy, you're going to be disappointed. So if you have a bunch of spare time to spend with Mr. Cropper, sit back and enjoy. If you don't have any time for anything but philosophy, you should probably just go watch one of my other videos. I'm sure you haven't watched them all. Now then, once in a while, I want to build things. I don't know why. And sometimes it's like the desk that this computer is sitting on that you can't see, I built. And once in a while I like to build things, and this is like a couple of bridge parts. For like miniature bridges. Now that's like a rough country bridge made out of logs, right? It's pretty cute. You just lay the logs down on a piece of paper and glue them together, and then you pull the paper off and little teeny bits of the paper remain, and that's okay. They add some solidity, and then once you put it in place and you give it a nice little bit of paint, everything looks very good. Those are cute, but then making them formal or whatever instead of just made out of country logs, that's fun too. Oh, I made a few of them here. This one, so this can be like a double long bridge or something. There could be two different sizes of bridge, and then I've got a big one, and I think what I had planned was like a big structural bit, and then this one would be a drawbridge. This one would be on solid abutments, and then a nice big one. This one actually was on a set with a train running through it for a while. Now you can see, look there, it's not even done straight. One side's taller than the other. So when I do these, I don't necessarily give a damn, I just make them. I just have fun building them. Now, my nephews were playing, and I said, we have no tractors. We have a farm, and we want to farm our farm, but we don't have any tractors. So I said, alright, well, I better make some tractors. We'll see more tractors later. Well, here's another tractor of a kind. And I said, well, I better make some tractors and some equipment too. So I did make some equipment, which we'll see sooner or later. This is not going to be organized. I apologize. You're going to see more tractors and equipment later, but right now you're seeing that's a tow truck on monster truck wheels. And this one's kind of fun because I put rubber bands on connecting the axles to the body, so it's got lots of you can arrange. Yeah, it's got lots of suspension travel into something the size of a 50-cent piece, which is fun to do. Another little bulldozer. Some of these, that one, the thing can move. Some of them they do, some they don't. And the things here made out of rubber bands, which are aging. I made these probably 5, 6, 8 years ago, some of these things. Oh, that Charlie Kirk guy on that Dave Rubin. He's got the red. My palms aren't really that red. They're not. It's my camera. My lips aren't this succulent either. It's my camera, I swear it is. This tank has a really big turret, like oversized, like Calvin and Hobbes type turret, right? But it used to turn, so that was fun for my nephews to be able to turn the turret. And then guess what? My nephew went, "Ugh," and just pulled it off because he's like, it moves, psh, broke it to pieces. So the turning turret lasted 3 seconds. I won't even go there. I won't even go there. Here's a tank. The turret never did turn, and it was just built proper proportions from the beginning. See that cute little machine gun, that tiny machine gun sticking out at the top there? That is a teeny piece of paper clip. Paper clip for a machine gun. I like this little tank. One of my favorite miniatures that I've built is that little tank. What scale are these? These are like HO scale and possibly n-scal. This one's between HO and n-scal. I really like this little military 6x6. Really like it. Now this I did a pretty cute undercarriage, I believe. Yeah, I did some undercarriage there. Transmission, drive lines, anyway. Now, see, underneath you can see it's made of wood and like little pieces of oven baked clay. That's the green stuff there. And on top you can't see that because I painted it, but made out of wood and oven baked clay called Fimo clay. Any given thing you see here could be made for like 25 cents worth of materials. This one's so small. Little flatbed truck. The fuel tank on the side is a little oversized, but little details like that can really make the vehicle. Even if it's oversized and sort of cartoonish, that can be cute too. Not everything has to be perfect sized on little vehicles, and it's missing details that should be there if it were really accurate, and it doesn't matter because you just have to get the essence of the vehicle. It's like art. It's like art. It's like a painting. Like that Seattle behind me there. It's Seattle because it's got the dome there. It's poorly done. The dome itself is not exact. Yada yada yada. It's still Seattle. Alright. That's not painted, but it's a cute little combine harvester of some kind. Corn harvester or something. I think it's got a corn row header on it, someone would say if they were on a farm or new farms. Let's do the other harvester here. This is, tiny. Let's see if we can. This one's not painted, it's been grayed over. The header on that leaves something to be desired. It was made out of some delicate wood. But once I paint it, it'll be cute. I actually made this 5 years ago and haven't painted it, so I don't know if I'll paint it before I die. May not. I made a bunch of these. I already showed you one of these that was bigger. The orange one. This one's an army unit. It's got some cute little hydraulics on the thing there. But the hydraulics don't move. There are no moving parts on this. It's just a solid fire truck. Not painted yet, but teeny. That would fit on a 50-cent piece. It's a little bigger than the wheelbase is a little longer than a quarter. Cute little fire truck. I realized I was lacking police, fire, and ambulance. So that's my first police, fire, ambulance. I don't have any others. That's my fire. This is a tractor trailer. It's called a cab over. The cab that goes over top of the engine. It's not done yet, and I have a twin to it that's virtually identical, not quite. It's got a windshield there, so those are going to be a good looking pair of trucks when they're done. And they go with here's a log thing, and I have sticks. This is too big because that goes to this truck. I have sticks and logs for the small one that I made out of weeds from the backyard. I didn't buy the sticks. You can buy sticks. For $18 you could buy this bundle of sticks. It's true. It's about that much. And you know, they choose really good looking little logs or whatever. But I don't buy that stuff. Just go out in your backyard and be ingenious and you can find something. Now, you want a little missile? You can make it out of tin foil. See? And it takes paint really well. Nice little bit of acrylic paint on there. It goes well onto tin foil. This one's not painted. Now that has no. The cone can be a little hard to make the cone look well. That has no package, no warhead. I made some. That's a tiny one. Oh, that one's all bent up. It's been beat up. But this one here has a package in the tip, and the package is just shaved off bits of matchstick. This one is one I tried to fire, but it never fired. So it's got a teeny match head in there, pointing inward, and I just whittle off the end, and then a bunch of other little match heads inside there, just whittle off the sulfur and stick them in there into like a, and then put it all together, and then shoot this out of a little rocket launcher thing, and when it hits, it goes pff, and smoke. And that's one way to do it. Or the other way is to leave it open on the inside there so that you can put a metal receptor up there to touch the sulfur. And then you just put a 9-volt battery or something on the metal receptor, and it heats the rod up, starts the sulfur on fire, and this goes pff, like a real rocket. So you can either shoot it like a rocket somehow, so that when it lands, a little puff of smoke comes out, or you can use the fuel itself to shoot it. Either way, it's a fun little thing. It's a project on YouTube I saw, and actually playing with the rockets and the shooting and the fire and stuff wasn't as neat as just building the damn rocket and sitting there and looking at it going, that's a cute little rocket. Now, these are tiny. Let me show you these if I can. Inside of this little tray, bunch of little cars, and they're not finished, they're not exactly perfect, but if you put these cars on a layout with a bunch of other stuff, you know, and these are just in a city, a busy city, they're pretty convincing, cute little cars. They're like a little too wide and short and flat. They're tiny, they're very small. It's hard to build cars that small. Alright, so now I have, so here's a rocket that's not aluminum foil. It's made out of the tube from a Bic pen and some other plastic bits and wooden bits and a bit of a skewer for the tip. It hasn't been painted, but that's what a pretty good looking rocket model, little teeny model rocket can be for 5 cents worth of material. Now, oh boy, these things are so small. I'm going to show you here. Let's see. This is an 18-wheeler, and the truck itself's pretty lacking and, you know, real refinement or detail. Let's see. So, Fight back with numbers. Alright, alright. That's it. Tons and tons of little teeny 18-wheeler tractor-trailer combinations. Here is a missile that can be towed behind a bigger one of those units. All those were too small, but that's a missile. It's a little bit bent up and bruised. The kids have played with it a bit. And this is a train car full of bulldozers. Cute little bulldozers on a train car. Tiny. You can see that one of them would fit on the tip of my finger. They're tiny. Cute little bulldozers. These Views boxes that you are seeing here used to be what cigarettes came in. Views cigarettes. Now they have cheapened it. I don't know where these are made. These probably weren't made in China though. Now they are. Another bridge. This one's been painted by my nephew. I said, paint it whatever color you want. He said, green? I said, yeah. Yep, you can paint it green. Okay, we said tractors would be coming back. We have one. Yeah, let's do both the tractors here. Ford and a John Deere, maybe, or something, whatever. Blue is Ford's color, but that's a dark blue. They're not really modeled after a real tractor. They just look like a tractor. They're just tractors. They're just tractors. Come on. All right. Some equipment for the tractor. This is a little thing to go behind the tractor. It's got a little thing to hook on there. And you just set it in the field and you look at it and you know that it's doing work. You can tell dragging that thing around the field. Another rocket made out of just a piece of wood, painted piece of wood, which it whittled off there. And you see the tip of that's just not perfect. So that's probably why I probably did that one as a first version. And then I did that one as a more perfect looking, more platonically perfect. Dump trucks are fun. You gotta have dump trucks so that you can have construction sites around the place. That's a hefty dump truck right there. 6 wheels. 6-wheeled dump truck. The axles aren't spaced exactly right. Don't worry about that. And some of the trucks are goofy looking. This is actually not as inaccurate as you're gonna look at it and say that's goofy looking. That's actually a pretty accurate portrayal of a steam-powered lorry. They ran steam-powered lorries around Britain for a while, and that's about what they looked like right there. That front axle pushed way out because there's all kinds of equipment in there to run the thing. Goofy looking, but actually more accurate than you'd think. Okay. Trains. Always got to have some trains about the place. This one's got desert camouflage. Why not? Oh, we better put its tender with it. There we go. Desert camouflage tender train. Very nice. These are all sort of train related because the miniatures go on train layouts. There's a cute green. Loud green. Why? Why did that get painted green? I don't know. Not sure. Unpainted little 060, little teeny narrow gauge mountain railway train. Let's see. A steamroller. And one of the world's smallest dump trucks too. That dump truck doesn't have moving parts, but it's cute. The steamroller there, used to put down new patches of dirt, and then you always have to have flatbed trailers. You always need a flatbed trailer for something, so you better have some flatbed trailers about the place. And trucks. Gotta have flatbed trucks. Now earlier I showed you the logging outfit, and there's a tractor for that. And that needs a windshield, and it's a little narrow, really. It's best looked at on sideways. There, it's half decent, isn't it? Not so bad if you look at it from the right angle. It's kind of how you sometimes build things. This one's pretty good from different angles. Maybe not exactly perfect from that angle, but it's pretty good from different angles. Cute little... Everything about this truck I like. Everything about this truck. Even the undercarriage. Yeah, even the undercarriage has got... It's got a transfer case. I never put in drive lines. I should put in drive lines. It's even got a pumpkin on the back axle. I even put a pumpkin on the back axle. See that? Alright, this is a standard flatbed truck. Got a few of these, and it's wide enough to haul things, you know? So it's actually kind of a wide bed. Cute, cute. What do we have here? Another flatbed trailer and some military trucks. That doesn't have the bucket on it. That's some sort of military thing. Wheels on that one are too big in the back, aren't they? What are we gonna do with that? But now that's a cute little one. This one's a cute little truck. Alright. A little unfinished there. Those ones need buckets on and stuff. Another, this is a Bigfoot, it's a 18-wheeler type, it's not cab over, what's the other? Cab over and what? What's the engine out in front called? Cab over flatbed. Cab over flatbed, pretty well done, cute, painted. And in here we've got a trailer, refrigerated trailer, a reefer unit they call it, because it's got that stuff on the front that's got the compressor and everything, and it keeps the food cool. Refrigerated unit. The details on the front there are my favorite part of it. Okay. Oh, we're just about done. Good. Alright. What do we have here? A bunch. Let's not worry about this too much. There are a bunch of those things. Different colors of those. Oh, that one's got a moving. Oh, it's just not finished. Yeah, it's a tiny one, huh? Okay. This is one of the first or early ones I did of this. Pretty meticulous, and it's whatever. And the train. Always good to have some trains. And a logging truck. We did other logging trucks. Let's see if I can. So That's a tiny, tiny logging unit there. Where is the... Does this fit? Yeah, there we go. Those little tiny trucks I had earlier fit that logging unit. Then a medium logging unit. Do I have two? Is this the same scale there? Yeah, those are the same. And then a large one, and I started with this large one, of course. Then I probably did the small one next, and then the medium. Why not? Why not have different sizes of logging outfits? And let's see, a flatbed. This is rather boring. Flatbed, you discover eventually that a flat piece of wood and a square piece of wood in front of it constitutes a flatbed truck. Popsicle stick underneath for them to sit on. And you got a flatbed truck. And so when you realize how quick and easy it is to build them, you end up building a few extra. Now there's something called the SS-22 missile that the Russians built, which was is it the SS-22? I don't remember what it was. But there is the missile carrier. That is a full-sized windshield in the front to give you an idea of the scale. Alright, the tires are ridiculous, I admit. And this missile goes with this vehicle. I had forgotten that earlier. There we go. So that's approximately what it looks like, the missile launcher. Painted up, it'll look better, and the wheels will still be goofy even when I get it painted if I don't fix the wheels. But the wheels should be brought down about 10% in size, and the missile could be a bit longer. But anyway, it's just a little missile launcher, Soviet missile launcher, in case you needed one in your model railroad. Sometimes you do need those. Here's an articulated tractor with triangle tracks, whatever you call those, and it articulates, does move, which is fun. Not very well done. It's pretty good. I like it. It's sloppy, and the lines, I just need to do a better job of painting the lines on there. That would help. Oh, we're at the end of the road. Yep, this is it. What I have... Okay, so I've shown you half my collection. I'm about to show you the other half. There. I think there are about as many vehicles in here as I have just shown you in everything else. Let's see. They're too small to see, but there's a Lowe's maybe, or a Walmart or something like that, and you can have a truck show up at the Walmart to unload some stuff. See, they're so tiny. There's another little storefront. Here's a mansion that's meant to go sort of... And why is it painted here, honestly, like that? That awning is very obnoxious. Here's a tractor that is super tiny and cute. I don't have any cars. Cars are so small I can't do them. Here's a railroad. Okay, this is cute. Let me dump these off. Here's a railroad car and a storefront. The railroad car, we could put it behind a big boy. There's no tender there. That should have a tender. That storefront is... Maybe it should go the other way. Maybe it looks fine both ways. No, I had it right. Just like 4 little stores there, and a couple of 18-wheeler things behind a train. These are so small it's hard to see. But I really like this little, got a whole little city here. Got some equipment for the tractor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me for this waste of time. I have these little miniatures are a lot like the paintings that I mentioned in some of my videos that I went to the park to paint, and people were very, very, very interested in what I was doing, and so I brought some of my paintings from home, and people like them, and they buy them, and they like the painting. So I felt sad that I had all these paintings in my house, like all over my walls, and even stacked up on my shelves. Nobody ever sees them. That's currently the case with these miniatures. I just have them stacked in these cases over there underneath a thing behind a box. Always. And I'm about to put them back in the box, and they're going to stay there. It's fun to build them, and then they exist, and then what are you going to do with them? Alright, thank you for joining me. You are now privy to another of Mr. Cropper's hobbies.